what's up, everybody? It's me, JW, and hi, guys, all of you out there watching this. I want to say a big welcome to my JW FanPod number. I don't know, 6, 7, 8. What is it? Can't remember. But it's what I do know is that it's been a while since the last FanPod, so I guess I have an excuse for not remembering what number it is. If any of you guys out there have been keeping track and know what number this is in the sequence of the FanPods, can you let me know? So next time I can say the proper number of the FanPod, because really I got no idea. All right, but I put out the announcement a couple weeks ago for questions, and got a few. So, but what I'm gonna do is cut down on some and split it up into parts again, just so I don't make it a super long FanPod like the previous one, which was really long from what I remember. So, but also thanks to all of you guys out there who've been watching the FanPods and keeping up and sending in questions and showing interest. I really appreciate that. So, thanks, guys. Okay, so we'll just move straight into it. I think straight to the questions. And the first one is from Donna, my greatest fan in Canada, and also one of the directors of my fan club, my Facebook fan club. For any of you out there who don't know, I do have a fan club page. It's not my fan page, it's a fan club page, which is run by some of my biggest fans for my fans. So have a look. If you don't know about it and you want to join, just check it out. Go on Facebook and look for the Justin Wellington fan club. Not the fan page, but the fan club page. And join up, and they're always updating with info and giveaways and stuff like that. It's really cool, so check it out. And hey Donna, and thank you for all your hard work on the fan club page. And okay, so this question is from Donna, and Donna is asking, is there one special place in the world you would love to perform, somewhere you've always dreamed of? Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I really love, there's a couple places that I would really love to go to perform, not only to perform but to travel to as well. But one place that I really love to perform, which I think I might get the chance to later on this year sometime, is in Micronesia, which is, if you don't know, if you've never heard of Micronesia, you're not familiar with it, it's a big, vast group of islands in the not the northern Pacific, but north of the equator. Islands like, you'll be familiar with Guam, the Marshall Islands, Chuuk, Palau, Saipan, Chamorro, I think is one of them. Anyway, Kiribati, all those islands, those are all islands that make up the Micronesian group of islands, which a lot of people don't, a lot of people are not familiar with it, because everyone knows about Polynesia. And then in my world, everyone, I'm very close to the Melanesian world and everyone's familiar with that. But no one really, a lot of people don't really know about Micronesia. It's kind of like one of those hidden gems that only people in Micronesia know about. We don't hear a lot about it, but a lot of people up there. I got a lot of fans up there in Micronesia, which is really cool. Love all those guys. Lots of support from them. So that's the place I really want to go, is Micronesia. Somewhere, I don't care where, Saipan, Palau, Guam. I don't know. I just want to go there and have a look. It's I'm really kind of fascinated by that place to have a look, because I've been to Guam, but not really anywhere else. So I want to have a look, proper look around, meet some of the people and stuff. So hopefully I'll get to do that this year, I think. Fingers crossed. All right. So next question is from Scott, and Scott says, J-Dub, who would you like to collab with? Okay. A lot of people. That's a tough question, because I like I don't know. Like if I was gonna do a collab with people, in the Pacific genre, then I would say Fiji for sure. He's my favorite. Um, then there's also Common Kings, which are really awesome. They got some awesome music lately and stuff. Um, hmm, who else? I do have a couple of collaborations coming out soon, guys, which I think I've mentioned before, but um, they haven't been released yet. Even though they're completed, it's sort of one of those things that sometimes you got to be strategic about when you release songs. You can't just release it as soon as you finish it. It's got to sort of sometimes the timing's got to be right. So I got a couple of really cool collaborations coming out soon with one with Jokema, one with AK-47, both from PNG, and also there's a couple other collaborations in the mix. Also, for those of you, I'm sure a lot of you guys have already heard it, but I did an awesome collaboration just recently. My latest song called "Need You" with Poe Jackson, and that one's been going nuts. That song, everyone, it's going really well everywhere. So, which has been really cool, and that's a collab. That's my latest one. But stay tuned, there'll be some coming up. Um, yeah, Fiji, I reckon. Fiji, that'd be a cool collab. Who else? Let me think of someone else. I don't know. Uh, I'm sure I'm gonna get that same question on the next FanPod because I always get it. So I'm gonna think about it, and I'm gonna touch on it some more. I'm gonna give you a better answer next time. All right, we'll go to the next one. Okay, from Essie. And Essie's asking, of all your songs, which one is personally about you, and why would you consider it special? Okay, that's a good question. Another question I get asked a lot. A lot of people always want. I understand why. Sometimes it's a bit of a mystery when you guys listen to songs by artists, and you're wondering where that song, where the story of that song came from, or where the inspiration comes from, or what's the background behind that song. Because I used to, when I listen to singers and artists, I always I always have the same curiosity about, what was the background behind that song and what were they feeling and was it about them? But the truth is, most of my songs are not personally about me, although some are, but most of them are not. When I'm writing songs, mostly it's more about kind of imagining. Good English, Justin. Imagining. That's what I meant to say. Imagining just stories and scenarios and sort of just kind of made up situations. Yeah, that's what most of my songs are about. And I don't know if I've ever, let me think, written a song about me. I've written songs about others, like my family and stuff. I don't know if I've written. I don't know if I've written. I don't think I've written any songs about me personally. I'm trying to think of one now, but I can't. There's no song coming to my head, so I don't think I've written one about me. But I've written, you guys know I've written ones about my niece who died. That's the song Angel and Kiera. I've written songs about my grandmother, my family, all those things. Those are all the most special songs to me. So that kind of half answers your question. Those are the most personal songs for me. Alrighty. Okay. Next one from Essie again. Where in PNG is home to you? Lay. I always get that question. A lot of people think I'm from Medellin, but no, Lay is my hometown. So, and I was just in Lay recently, a couple months ago, which was so cool because I hadn't been there for a couple years, so that was really, really good to be back in Lay after a long time. It still feels like home, even though it's changed a lot as well, but still love it. Always love it. Okay. Next question is from Melanie. Melanie is my greatest fan over in Germany. I'm very familiar with her. She's always posting on my Twitter and Facebook and stuff, and she's a great fan. And really appreciate all her support and stuff, Melanie. And Melanie is asking, where was the craziest place where you ever performed? I think, yep. Where was the craziest place you ever performed? Okay, that's pretty easy because there's one place that really stands out as the crazy place, and that was in Goroka. A lot of you guys won't know, but Goroka is a town in the PNG Highlands, which is it's a place, it's a vast area in the interior parts of PNG are called the Highlands, and one of the major towns in the Highlands is called Goroka, and I performed there a couple of years ago, and that was absolutely, definitely the most craziest performance that I ever experienced. Not because, not me. I'm talking about the crowd was just absolutely nuts. It's a wild place, It's a wild place, and people up there can be very, very passionate. From what I found, at my concert that I did up there, it was crazy. The crowd was so enthusiastic, so wild, really passionate. It was such a an amazing and enjoyable experience to perform there. It was my first time, and man, something I'll never forget. It was the best, really cool, great experience, and I hope I get to do it again. Alrighty, next one is from Naru, my brother over in Europe. I think he lives in the Netherlands or somewhere like that. Netherlands, I think. Could be wrong, but Naru. This is another guy that we do some work on songs every now and then. We haven't released anything yet, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. One of these days, it's gonna happen. And his question is, have you ever considered recording vocals on a house track? I haven't. No, I haven't really. Haven't considered it or thought about it. Not that I wouldn't, but I just haven't. Because house is a genre of music that I don't really encounter very often, in the Pacific and in my genres and stuff. It's always Pacific and reggae and island and those kind of musics. So, house is something that I don't get to be involved with very often. But there are some cool house songs out there. And I definitely would if the right opportunity came along, yeah, for sure. For me, it's about, I think any song can be, any style of music can be cool. For me, as I've mentioned before, the most important part is the melody. That's the part that I always think is the most important part of a song to touch people, touch the listeners of a song. Yeah, so whatever, I would do it for sure. Okay. Next question is from Shelly, my greatest fan over in Tennessee. Love this girl, she's so cool. And also one of the directors, she's also one of the directors on my Justin Wellington fan club page on Facebook. So once again, check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. The JW fan club page. Alright, and Shelly is asking me, if your house was on fire and you had to get out quick, what 3 things would you want to take with you? That's one thing I have thought about, and definitely one of the most important things, probably, I would say the most important thing that I would have to take would be my hard drives, because anyone who does music and recording and not just musicians, not just artists, and pretty much everyone nowadays, all people do some form of their work with in the digital realm on computers and stuff, and definitely for me that's a huge factor in my work is hard drive storage. All recordings get stored on hard drives, all the photos, all the promotion work, all the media, all sorts of important documents that you work with, they all get stored on. Plus, I've got a huge collection of movies, plus my own collection of music that I like to listen to, which I've built up over more than a decade of collecting, music. It's all on there, it's all very important to me. and I would hate to lose it. So definitely the first thing that I would be thinking about would be not even my computer. It would be my hard drive. I've got a few external hard drives. It takes up a lot of these video and audio. They can take up a lot of space. So you need hard drives. External hard drives. So those would be the first things I would grab. Other than that, I would say, geez, that's a tough one. I don't know. Maybe my passport. That would be pretty inconvenient to lose your passport. So that would be one, I would guess. Maybe birth certificate, something like that. And then if I could fit it under my arm, maybe, I don't know, maybe my computer, or I don't know. Or I would have to make sure that I at least am dressed before I run outside from the fire. So I'd have to grab some clothes to put on for sure. That would be another thing. All right. So thanks, Shelly, for your question. And now we'll move on to the next one. Is from B. Belinda. I know Belinda she lives over in Darwin, and she's asking, when are you coming to Darwin to support Tsunameke? Which I believe, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that Tsunameke is I think it's a PNG cultural and performing, maybe dance group or cultural group that they have over that Belinda and the others have over in Darwin, where they do performances and stuff. And apparently it's pretty cool. So that's awesome, and that would be really cool to perform with them. I don't know when I'm gonna get to Darwin. No one's ever organized for me to go. See, here's the thing, guys. Like, I get a lot of questions all the time. When are you coming to such and such place? Or, when are you coming to Darwin? Or when are you coming to here? Or when are you coming to there? And it's not just a factor of, it's not just a consideration of whether I want to go, because I definitely want to go to all these places. I really want to go. I love to travel and perform in new places. So definitely, it's not a question of that. I would be there in a second, but also there's other factors that, that have to be, that have to sort of take place, or that have to be sorted for a performance to eventuate, and that's all those other things, like someone over there in those locations to organize some sort of an event that I can participate in, like whether it's just a solo show by myself, or a festival that I'm going to take part in, or whatever. It always takes other things to. It always takes other people and other people with resources and time and all those things to organize these things. So it's not a matter of me. It's a matter of those. I've never had anyone who organized anything over there yet that I could participate in, even though I would if it came up. So that's all I can say. If anybody out there who's ever interested in me going to a place to perform where I can perform for you guys, if you ever hear of those opportunities, just let me know. If there's someone that could possibly organize for me to go there, then let them know and let me know, and maybe something like that could happen. Yeah. So but definitely I'm down for it for sure. Okay, next question is from Heads, and the question is, are you based in PNG or Aussie? I'm based in Australia now for probably about 10 years now, since I left Madang. I left Madang like in the early 2000s, and I've been based in Australia ever since then, but still very much, I'm always going to PNG several times a year, and still performing there, still going for holidays every now and then when I can, to visit and hang out with friends. And PNG is only very close to me in distance, so it's just there. And I always seize any opportunity I get to go back to PNG, because it's my home, and I love going back to PNG. I go every chance I get. So yeah, but I'm based in Australia now. Yep. So, and the next question is from Gracie, and Gracie is asking, hi JW, where are you from? Okay. Well, that last question kind of answered. Okay. And this is another question I get a lot, and I understand why people are so curious about it too, because I'm a white person, but from PNG, connect PNG upbringing, and all these people are curious about it. So that's cool. Never. I always understand why people are curious, but my story is in a the short version is I'm Australian. My family are Australian, but I was born and grew up in PNG for a lot of my life. Um, I was born in Ley, like I was saying before. Ley is my hometown. Um, for most of my life, PNG has been my home until later on now in my adult life when I've moved away from PNG. But really, it's my sort of foundation place. It's a special place for me, and definitely consider it home. But my family, my grandparents moved to PNG a long time ago, long before I was born, and they were kind of like missionaries. Um, so my family were there in PNG for a long time before I was born. So it was kind of we had a long. My family were very much. We call PNG home for a long time. So hope that answers your question. And I still got family in Ley and Rabaul and Moresby and all over PNG. So alrighty. Next question is this one's. I'm still trying to keep it quick too, guys. So I've only got a couple questions left that I'm gonna do, and then we'll get to more questions on the next FanPod. All right. So the next question is from Gordon Henry. Dude, where are you really from? Oh, okay. Well, Gordon, you probably listened to that last question and answer, and that will that was pretty much the same question that you just asked. So hope that answered your question as well. And the next question is the same thing from Damon, who is Shelly's husband. These are my great fans over in the States. And Damon's also asking where I'm from, so just answered that one. Thanks, guys, for those questions. The next question, this is the second last question, guys. This is from Mary, and Mary's asking Justin a query only. Have you ever entertained in Alatau? And Mary, the answer is no, I haven't. I've been to Alatau several times for visits and visit friends and family and stuff, but I've never performed there. So yeah, that's one of those places that I get asked a lot from people. Excuse me, from my fans always asking me, will I come to perform in Alatau? And absolutely, the answer is yes. I will definitely come, but it takes somebody there to sort of contribute some of the organizing to make something like that happen. So if you hear of anything happening over there, or if you know the club or the hotel or any event that I could participate in, or that could possibly happen, just let them know and let me know, and maybe it'll happen. But I know for sure, I've had that many people ask me about Alatau, and I know for sure that it's going to happen sooner or later. Hopefully sooner, I'll be there in Alatau to perform for you guys. So fingers crossed, once again, we'll be there. Alright, and the last question, everybody, is from Drug Runner up in PNG. I think this is, I'm not positive, but I think this question is from Ley, because I know I always see there's a really nice boat parked at the Ley Club called Drug Runner, and I'm thinking that this might be that crew. So, and the question is, hey mate, are you a product of Boule or Lips, and what year? Okay, and for those of you who don't know what that question means, bit of background. When I was growing up in Ley, there was basically two international primary schools at that time, and one was called Boule and one was called Lips. Lips being an acronym shortened for Ley International Primary School. So basically, those were the two options for international kids to go to school. And I went to Boule most of my primary school, from prep to grade 5, but I also went to Lips and grade 6. So I went to both schools, so which was cool. I'm glad I did, because I got to experience both schools, and I got great memories from both schools as well. And I was, like I said, I was just in Leh a couple of weeks ago, and I always like to drive around Leh and see all, every Leh is that place, everyone has that most special town where they're from, and for me that's Leh. Every corner, every place I drive to in Leh, there's some sort of a memory there from earlier in my life, so, and the schools are no different, I drive past the schools, the Boulay or Lips or the high school, and or anywhere in Leh, and I always have these memories that just come back to me, so it's very nostalgic, and it's sort of like, it's always emotional, and special. So Boulay and Lips are like that as well. I always get those feelings when I drive by or go there again. So good question. Oh, and what year? When was I? This is in the 80s. Oh no, 80s, early 90s when I was there. Give away my age. So yeah, and thanks Drug Runner for the question, and also thanks to everybody for sending in their questions. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your interest, and hope you've enjoyed this fan pod. And don't forget, anybody out there who watches this, let me know which number this is, because I forget, because I got to remember for the next. I can say JW FanPod number 6 or 7 or whatever it is, So let me know. All right, and also, guys, just all the main news with me lately is that I'm still working on my new music. I mentioned those collabs that are coming out should be soon. Plus, I've got some other of my other songs that I've been working on. Check out my new song "Need You" if you haven't heard it. It's been #1 in PNG, #1 on the Pacific Urban chart, Pacific Wide Urban chart, which was really awesome. And a huge thank you to all my fans out there who have sent in their votes and sent in their requests to the radio stations, requesting "Need You." It's been overwhelming. That song's been huge, and it's been awesome to see. I've been really happy and really grateful to all the fans who like that song. I really appreciate it. So, and also all my fans over there in the States, I'm still doing my tour. It's coming up very soon. I don't have the exact dates yet, but I know it's going to be sometime in July, August. I'll be heading over to the States again to do a tour over there and link up with a lot of PNG brothers and sisters and all my other fans over there in the States. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait. I'll let you know as soon as I know the definite dates and stuff. I'll let you know, so you guys so you guys will have that info, and if you want to come to my show over there or my shows wherever you are, I'll let you know. All right, so thanks everybody once again. Love you guys, all my friends and fans and family out there. Much love. You guys have a great week and great weekend, and wherever you are. And I'll catch you guys on the next JW FanPod, which will be, who knows? We don't have a schedule with these things. We just like, yeah, let's do it. All right. Also want to say thanks to my management, Rapolla-Miranda Music, making a lot of things happen for me. So thank you. Love you guys too. All my fans, once again, over there. Love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next JW FanPod. So from now, it's bye from me, JW. See you guys next time. Much love. Bye-bye.